Thank you, Gauri. And as we have been discussing, this program has been truly bootstrapped. And in keeping with the ethic of bootstrapping, Gauri did something very interesting today. 6 o'clock we were supposed to start, and she informed me that I have to do the speaking. So that's to our bootstrapping ethic. Thank you. And I wanted to be here this evening for a variety of reasons, to be with you, and one of a person I professionally greatly admire, Pramat. He has been a mentor. Before actually we started TRI, in some ways TRI's inception processes owe a lot to him. So I was in Indore and I have directly come, and Gauri has thrown this to me. But where should I begin? Well, let me start with talking about commencement. You see, I also learned it the hard way. And in our colleges, we used to have convocations. So last year also, they made me do this, what I am doing right now. And I started looking at the word itself. And it is truly very important, particularly with the kind of vocation that we have, you have chosen to pursue. Unlike convocation, which is a more formal in academic setting, commencement is community facing. And the way it started, it used to be in the old times called Incipio, and it was beginning of a professional career. And in that sense, when we talk of public policy in action, as the resident graduates of the program, this word itself carries a huge amount of, how should I put it, responsibility. I would not put it as a burden on you, but a responsibility given. You talked about bureaucracy, and in some ways, it's very interesting. Hegel used to say bureaucracy is march of God on earth. And in some ways, I guess you would have faced that God in your district offices, both with her might and her petulance and her love, affection. And yesterday you were narrating the bitter, better, better, and whatever goes between these BNR, you experienced that. This place itself, and I keep urging our friends to do it in IIC for a reason. In some ways, the founder of IIC, Mr. Deshmukh, C.D. Deshmukh, is a phenomenal institution builder, and we have Pramat. He is also a phenomenal institution builder in the academic realm and many other realms. He founded this institution, and he brought public policy education in India in a professional manner. He founded IIPA, very closely worked with a post-independence government, and actually he resigned in 56 on a very important matter. And to my reading again, and yesterday I was discussing the journey of India and China and how the linguistic reorganization of states actually marked a pivotal moment in India's both acknowledgement of the substrate, the community, the society, and also abiding confusion, which you can see even now in the new states that have formed, and what has you continue to be a concern with the administration of, particularly of development administration. You would see that. So he was also, and in 59 he got the Maxis Award for Government Service. So much of when you refer to these processes, the good parts you should credit, he was RBI governor, to Mr. Deshmukh. So we are in IIC, and 10th July is again very special. Why? 1509 John Calvin was born, 10th July. And this is again, why Calvin? Calvin, you could look at him as a Reformation figure who brought in a different Protestant ethic. In some ways, the modern world we know is actually an ode much to Calvin and his inspiration for the first Dutch Republic. And this is 1579 to 1588, when the Dutch Republic was formed. The processes, even now that we face of 59, he got the Master for Government Service. So much of the effort to these processes, the good parts you should create, he was our governor, Mr. Deshmukh. So they are in IAC. And 10th July is again very special. Why? 1509, John Calvin was born, 10th July. And this is again why Calvin, you would look at him as a Reformation figure who brought in a different Protestant ethic. And in some ways, the modern world we know is actually an ode much to Calvin and his inspiration for the first Dutch Republic. This is 1579 to 1588, when the Dutch Republic was formed. The processes, even now that we face of, you have a judiciary, you have the political executive, and you have the legislature. This kind of separation of power again owes to the Calvinian ethic of what the state should be doing. He did ask for a theocratic state, and he was a clergyman, but the way he inspired the Dutch creation of the Dutch Republic, and subsequently we just had 4th July, the Declaration of Independence, again there is a Calvin in the Declaration of Independence. So both these days, 10th July and I see are important in sense of the vocation and the program that we have, public policy in action. There is another special thing about 10th July. This is also the day when the early government placed the Independence Bill in British Parliament. So it is really a very special day for you, friends. And how should I say public policy? And Gauri asked me to situate. This has been one of the abandoned concerns. One is what you faced with our bureaucrats. We got in them. The challenge of public policy in Indian context has been particularly very difficult, because in the first 20 years post-independence, India still was struggling to become a state. And it was, in some ways, if one reflects on 50, we became a republic. From subjects, the transition to becoming a citizen, we actually didn't spend much time in the sense of building a civic and citizen ethic in our country. Many of the issues that we see now, and actually I have just written a small piece on res publica, that is republic, and that's where the public, so we brought this word public with a lot of deliberation to call this as public within the realm of policy, and all these words. I had talked about praxis and residency in your inaugural session, so I will not deliberate on that. But the public, the res publica means literally the public thing. And the public thing, and that's where we have situated the program, is the space of citizen action. You see, there are, in the preamble, you have liberty, you have equality, and you have fraternity. Fraternity is the space which makes for the public thing. And by definition, fraternity, and Ambedkar used to talk a lot about fraternity, and he said that we cannot become a civilized, modern country without unlocking the opportunity and the potential of fraternity. And in these times, it is very important to remember Ambedkar's reminder on this issue of fraternity, and it is. So while the judiciary would protect liberty and the government will be to bring about other dimensions of our constitution, but fraternity is something which comes only from the public. And when we talked about public policy in action, we brought this dimension of public, not the public servant dimension. So whenever we talk of public in India, we mean government. Actually, public would mean, as the Romans called it, res publica, the public thing, it is with the citizens. And this program is situated within the citizen action. And this space, if you have gone through that space, we have always said that while we work very closely with the government, we are outside the government simultaneously. We are not part of the government. And you were sharing how the gravitational pull of the Lal Batti and collector, because you work very closely with the collector, willy-nilly it comes to you. But if you understand how this got distorted with the public, and it just happened that only last week I was in Lavasna and they had invited, and the moment you land there, it was 9:30, there were 3 people to receive us, and there is this, CRPF contingent, saluting you. So they make you, as the same Hegel's God on earth and the new king, and it goes, the moment you have a probationer and a lance, it's the hard way. You have in your own ways dealt with it or struggled with it, but the word public you must carry with you all the time. It is the citizen ethic, and mind you, the constitutional ask of fraternity rests on this word public. And when we started looking at public policy education in India, what Gauri said, there are about 150 odd courses across the country. None of it obviously talks about residents. In our belief, we said just like you can't make a doctor without a hospital, obviously you can't make a public policy practitioner without a public policy setting. And that's how we located it exactly within the district administration's office. That's the cutting edge where the great might of government meets the public. So we started building the program you would have seen in the last 24 months, step by step. We said, let's learn, unlock, and unravel this professional which works with the government inside and outside, and what we bring to the table. And in that dialectic of engaging with the government, we created spaces for innovation. We tried to create spaces to make the government walk the talk, and sometimes beyond walk the talk, you did also, as you were saying, new ideas you brought in, you did some talk the talk also there. As I look at you as the second cohort, we kept, I'm not saying that you are our guinea pigs, but we have been trying to learn in the same bootstrapping process, learn how in the Indian context a program like this, building on these 2 words of praxis, residency, and this conception of public can be brought in an academic setting. It has stemmed from our own experience at TRI from 2018 onwards, where I think roughly about 200 odd fellows working with the district administration and the state government have come through. We learned from that. We learned from other programs like Prime Minister's Fellowship, and we have some of our senior colleagues of TRI here who were PMRDF fellows. We learned from all those programs to build this program for you. And the academic content, and we look forward to your feedback. This is the second cohort as we keep learning. How do we strengthen the academic content? And some of the faculty here, we have Professor Venkatesh, Professor Anish, and the other faculty members here. We will work with you to strengthen the academic content in context of what the program tries to build, a new kind of a public policy professional who carries these words of the public. The centrality of the word public you carry through, and we look forward to your own reflections. Some of it you have shared, but do share more so that we strengthen the program further. We now have the 4th cohort. So, sir, we have 4 batches now, and when we set off our, Gauri said Dharmendra, and we said that we will do minimum 4 to 5 batches to learn how should the academic content look like, the balance between what we do in a residency and what we do off the field setting as academic content. So we are still learning. But I hope this, while it has been a learning journey for you, for us it has been a learning journey for you, and it would, I hope, hold you in good stead as you go out to make a mark on how public policy works on ground, how public policy works in the high offices of Government of India. A couple of you are going to join one of those high offices, rural development. We were talking about that ministry and its how it got created, and the long arc of the ministry's own existential confusion that still, of 2026 as we speak, the rural India of 2026, there is a overhang of that also. So as you go and work in these settings, you will reflect and see a connection to what all we discussed here. So let me conclude, but before that I must thank our financial supporters for this program, the Axis Bank Foundation and Walmart Foundation. Then we have Hindu College, who is giving this certificate, and that has been made possible by Professor Venkatesh, who is here, who is my also a mentor and a very dear friend. And we have carved out some very interesting. There is a program on, we have created a public policy appreciation program at the graduate level with Hindu College, where the undergrad students come, and this is appreciation program, and sir has assembled one of the best known bureaucrats and academicians to engage with the students. And some of them have already gone in many places outside India to further do their academic degree courses on public policy. But the intent of the program, as we looked at, served the purpose of exciting interest in public policy. And all the faculty members who are present here and not present here, and our partner Sambodhi, but more importantly, Dharmendra, who has crafted the academic content of the program. So thank you very much, and look forward to the evening today as you share your work with our friends. These are friends who are, and you will, and as you talk to them, there is a stalwart, Viraj, is National Foundation of India, is again a very old friend, and we have been in this journey, I guess, for now 30 plus years, and struggling with figuring out what all this, how it gets translated on ground when the rubber meets the road, things happen, things don't happen. So as you share this, you will meet some of we're very grateful for all the guests who have come here, and we'll engage with you. Thank you very much, Gauri. And this is 6:45, I guess 6 o'clock notice.